Hey, welcome to Coleman's in the Kitchen. Ooh, ooh. This is
Marshall.
This is Marshall Jr. and I'm Mama. And here comes Monica. She's our helper. And today we are making chickpea burgers, also known as garbanzo beans, if you're like me and did not know that. I was at the store looking for chickpeas, and well, they don't say just chickpeas. Garbanzo beans. Okay, so we got this handy dandy notebook. Well, I see that every time. Yes, I do. We got this book for the kids chef. It says vegan. We just call ourselves plant-based because I like it better. But this recipe, it's supposed to make 4, but we have to double it because there's 7 of us. So, yes, and they eat all day, every day.
Like Daddy doesn't.
Okay, so what do we do first, buddy?
All right, what we do is we're going to make an egg substitute. It's called chia egg.
Chia egg with chia seeds and water.
So we put the chia seeds and water together. We need 2. We're doubling it. Yes. So 2 tablespoons of chia seeds.
And I'm sitting in my chair today because
she's lazy.
Oh, rude. No, I hurt my back. And it's just been a pain, and I've used my heating pad, and it just makes my back feel really good till I get up. So I'm using my chair, so call me lazy. Does that mean?
Then we need 5 tablespoons of water.
Okay, you do that. While he's doing that, we already cut, you need 1 or a half a bell pepper and 1 big carrot. So I have cut up a whole bell pepper and 2 carrots because we're doubling it. So we're going to put that in there, and you pulse it. You don't want to mix it too much because then it'll make it like a hummus, and we're not wanting that.
Wait. Prepare the
I'll do this.
You mix the water and the things together.
It's very technical. It's called stirring.
Very, very hard.
Yes.
Then you take the chickpeas, you drain them.
It's really neat because right now it just looks like water, but then it turns into like a goo, and it almost looks like fish eggs. But it's not. Okay. So let's get that. Are we mixing up first and then adding chickpeas? Okay. So you're going to mix this first and then add chickpeas. Go! It has to be plugged in. Oh. Plug in your appliances. No. It goes. Now take the lid off and let's scrape down the sides and the... See, because there's... Whoa. Way over there. There's a bell pepper. Put the lid up there. Put the lid up there. I'm trying to tell you there's a bell pepper. Oh. It's stuck. Guys, here, y'all let you scrape it. And then once it's done, Marshall is rinsing the chickpeas. You always want to rinse your beans because you never know what's on them. So, I'm making my chia egg. Monica's got the mix. Go ahead. Should we add the chickpeas to the food processor?
Yeah, just a second.
Okay. So when those are done being rinsed, we'll add the chickpeas to this, and then that'll give us our mix. Now we made some earlier, and so this is what your mix is going to look like. It's
for a second I thought that the bell pepper was jalapenos. If you wanted to, you could.
So mix it so it's sticky, and then you'll form it. So this is...
If you wanted to, you could add a little bit of hot sauce to it to make it hot or something.
You could actually add as many vegetables as you want.
Yeah.
This is just what the recipe called for. If it was just for Marshall and I would add jalapeno because we love spicy stuff. Go ahead. mash it all down. There you go. So we haven't made a video for a while. Not really sure why. But I did make some plant-based ranch, and it was
good.
It was way better than what he's saying. It was delicious because
I kind of liked it.
I loved it. And
Martha made me fries earlier and she burnt them.
So this ranch, it's really, really simple. I made it with tofu. And you can do, it's tofu, some seasonings, and some soy milk, and it's really good. Okay, go.
Alright, so you don't do this for too long, otherwise you start looking like hummus, and you don't want to do that. So,
I like hummus though.
Okay.
well, it might taste good with hummus.
So now we're dumping it, popping it in the bowl. Wait. Hold on. I'm gonna take your.
Get all of it up.
And it's no wonder your food processor works so well. The plates are really sharp. I learned that the hard, and it hurt really bad. Oh no!
You did that. She got it all out.
Here we go. Here. Let me put this in there. Careful. Okay. So now we have this delicious mix. What do we do next?
Now, we need to add all the spices.
And the breadcrumbs. This is 1 cup of breadcrumbs. And I had made a potato casserole, and it called for breadcrumbs mixed with almonds. So this has a little bit of crushed almonds in it. So it's 1 cup, and normally it's a half a cup for just the 4, but we're making 8. So
When did you make it?
the breadcrumbs I bought at the store. Yeah.
When did you make this potato casserole?
Like 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Look, I want to show them what it looks like.
Gooey.
Looks like fish.
Okay, so what do we have in here?
Okay,
Seasonings.
cumin.
Yep. What, how much? A tablespoon?
We need
Oh.
1 teaspoon.
Oh. So we're going to do, is it 2 teaspoons?
Yeah, 2 teaspoons.
Okay, so cumin, I love cumin. You know, when I make chili, I put tons of cumin and chili powder. And man, it's good.
I wonder what it tastes like all the time.
Yum.
Half
Okay.
a teaspoon of salt, so 1
Salt.
teaspoon salt.
Okay.
I forgot that you were doubling it, and so it was
1 teaspoon. I don't like to use a lot of salt, so it was almost a teaspoon. Okay.
Almost. Alright, so 1/4 the teaspoon of onion powder, so we need half a teaspoon
Okay.
of
Hey.
What is it?
onion powder.
She's cheating.
Did we put the pepper in last time?
Yes.
We did.
Yep, I did it. That's why I didn't remember.
Okay,
And
so
then how much pepper?
half a teaspoon.
So a whole teaspoon?
No, it calls for 1/4 a teaspoon, so half a teaspoon.
Okay. Now what? Mix a Rixer? Do we have our egg stuff? Chia egg?
Hold on. Yeah, chia egg. Produce chia egg.
Okay. Can you get my water?
Yes.
Alright, so here it is. See how gooey that is? It's fabulous.
Fabulous.
Sorry.
Excuse me. It's my favorite verse. Pray without ceasing. Here. I think it goes like that. My friend Natalie made that cup for me when I got sick. And it's my favorite because it's got a lid and a handle and a straw and everything you need. It's so
The
wonderful.
built-in
Okay.
straw.
So he's going to mix that.
For the longest time, she didn't know how to it had a straw in it,
I
so
didn't.
she was shoving a straw in there.
And it would work.
Dave Morgan said, "Amen, my son eats nonstop."
Yeah, food. That's all it is. Especially for a boy. It's feed me, give me some Legos, and a video game. And I'm pretty content with that.
Waylon's playing
I understand.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to make some beans, or burgers. Can you show them that plate? That's what's left from earlier. And
We
they turn
made
out really
6.
good. So you just kind of scoop it up. And you, thank you. So I'm making a ball. Okay. Ball. It gets crumbly and that's okay. Because after you do that, kind of smash it down. And I like them, because I'm weird, I like them in a circle and not just like a crazy wacky patty. And with, I want to bite into it, it's so good.
So now since you mixed all of
Can you?
this together, it's supposed to look like that.
Yep.
And what you do is you take something and you cover it, and then you refrigerate it for 20 minutes.
Now I'm using parchment paper because then I don't have to get it all over the counter. But I don't know if they can see that. But see, I made it, I don't know, it's maybe a ½ an inch thick. What do you think? Okay. So we got our pan. Sis, move this stuff, please. It's okay. And then we're going to take it off. We have our oven preheated to what, 350?
Yeah.
Okay, so
375.
how pretty it is? Oh, 375. Okay. So we're going to do that a few times. And you cook them on this side for 15 minutes. Then you flip them and you cook them for another, I would just do another 15. I like them to be somewhat crispy.
So yeah, like she said, you put them in, you cook them for 15 minutes. You spray them with the olive oil spray.
Yes, cooking.
Cooking spray.
And if you want them to be even more crispy, you can actually put them in the air fryer. I did that last night, and man, it was so good. Made it just like extra delicious, he says, and he is the tester of the foodies.
I am too.
And Mom, yes. And what I did for the burger, because I didn't have any buns, I just used our multigrain bread.
The best bread in
And
the world.
so good. And I put my homemade mayonnaise on there, some spicy brown mustard, some tomato.
At 433.
Marshall likes kale, so we put some kale on his. Some mushrooms. I mean, you put whatever you want. And it was really, really so good. So we're just gonna get these made up.
At 433,
Oh yes, that's another thing. So tell them why you did that.
I don't know why we.
Okay, well, anyways, after you make the mix, that's why this one's already done. You put it in the fridge covered for what, 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, and that's just to get it to kind of solidify together so it can be very squishy and you can make your patties easier. Otherwise, it's pretty crumbly. So, we're putting this in here. Monica likes to play with food. We got rabbits, yeah.
Got 2
They're
rabbits.
so cute. One
Boy
is
and a girl.
Petey is the boy, Petey. And then we have Pepper, and they're just adorable. I love rabbits. Because I can't have an elephant, so I'm going to go with a rabbit.
Will PD be 1 in April?
Yes.
Or is he 1 already?
He's already.
No, he'll be 1 in April.
So Petey, he's
This is going to be a tiny
big and fat. He's so.
He's very snuggly, and when they love you, they lick you.
But Pepper likes to nip you instead of licking.
Which is how she shows her love.
Okay, so here, take these for me, guys. And it will make your hands really messy. So if you have gloves or any care about getting your hands dirty, just wear gloves. But I don't care, so because I know that my hands are clean. All right, so we're gonna cook those on the first side for 15 minutes. Then we'll flip them, spray them, cook them for another 15 minutes at 375. And then after that, you can choose to air fry them, or you can just eat them. They're so good. And this is the outcome. She's coming to show you.
Use it.
See? Is it too close?
No, it's fine.
Delicious, you guys. Okay. And because Brother Dave Morgan requested Italian food, thinking about making some lentil balls instead of meatballs, and some homemade spaghetti sauce. I love spaghetti and meatballs.
That's my favorite food in the whole world, spaghetti.
So she will most definitely be helping with that. So, okay, this is it. If you like the video, put a thumbs up. I'll put it on my YouTube later. Other than that, this was
Coleman's in the kitchen. Ooh, ooh.
Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later.
Bye.